All right, let us go, little man.
Can you feel that on your toesies?
Probably.
I have it set to silent mode.
Oh, I can't even hear it. I didn't even know it was on.
Yeah.
I like.
That's the point.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Where did we leave off?
In the woods, behind the church, with Peggy and Cameron.
And what are you doing?
Interrogating them.
What do you remember finding out?
Oh, goodness, there was a lot.
Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious.
They were clearly excited and glad to see each other. And Cameron was sort of Andrew's... What's a good word for it?
Oh, do you want like the actual word for it?
Yeah.
So like in clinical narcissism, I think it's called like little monkey, is where like the narcissist will have like a little person or a
that
person
does their bidding.
Essentially, yeah. I think it's called little monkey, but it's a thing.
He's their busboy.
Yeah.
And he didn't really know too much of what he was doing or why, but he would get all this stuff like booze and coins, and didn't they do like dead animals and shit?
Chicken bones
for Andrew. And now he's kind of scared that he's next. He revealed a bit of information about Andrew that further led to believing that he is, yes, a narcissist, and got a magic book thing from a shadowed man that Andrew doesn't remember exactly.
Not quite.
Or was it Cameron that like couldn't really describe him?
Cameron couldn't remember. You're mixing two things up. You're mixing up who he got the book from what he saw on the bridge. So Andrew got the book from a guy wearing white.
Yep.
Very like nice, well-to-do guy, very white outfit type is how he was described. And then when they did a ritual on the bridge, that's the amorphous thing that he remembers being Philip, but not quite.
Yep. And for whatever reason, it seemed like Andrew could be in two places at once. Almost like he was teleporting. And I think the last thing we found out is that Smithson never charged him for anything.
Yep.
He could just walk in and take.
Mm-hmm. He started having memory issues at the same time that his son died.
Yep. And then that's kind of... We left off and we're just about to head out to the Wilscots. So yeah, we are hurriedly, like damn near running, as Tate's pushing the two kids along to the Wilscots.
So you get out of the foliage into the kind of big, like back area, back nice grassy.
Sorry, Wilscott's house, not the inn.
Not the inn. Important distinction. You get past the church and you notice some lights are on inside. And you get past that, go up a little ways. Now you're back in the like town center-ish area. Most of the town is like kind of getting ready to go to bed this time, or they're already in bed. You notice the lights are on in the Wilscots Inn. You peek over and you see a woman in there talking to Wilscott. Dennis.
Do I recognize the woman?
You do. It was the same woman who like served you lunch earlier this same day. She looks frantic.
Peggy? Cameron?
Yeah? Yeah?
Guys, just chill here for a second.
What? Okay.
Don't make noise. I'll be right back. And Tate's gonna sneak his way up and try to listen to their conversation.
You hear at first Cameron and Peggy kind of, why didn't you tell me about this and that? And he's like, well, I told you most of it. I didn't know. And go, well, that's not, that type of thing. You get up to the door, roll a sneak check, and then a subsequent listen check.
Stealth is going to be a 35 under 60. Listen, 20 under 62.
Tate creeps his way up. How does he creep up to the inn to try to listen? He's got to get close.
As you see in all old-time movies when somebody's trying to stealth somewhere, he kind of hikes up anything hanging down a little bit and crouches over. And,
puts his bubble gum in his spurs.
Yep. Using the shadows, he's kind of crouched down, going next to buildings and staying in the dark places and moving, slow but with the sense of purpose, or he won't be making noise. And he makes his way up to, let's see, there's kind of like a little deck entryway on the front, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, with those 3 little stairs up to it.
Yep. And then how far back is the window from that?
Like 6.5 feet.
Okay, and they look pretty preoccupied and they can't see out the steps.
Well, you get onto the porch, kind of, entrance area. You creep up to the window and you listen in.
Of course, he's to the side of the window,
right?
Not in the window.
Yeah.
Dennis, I think he took your gun. I don't know. What do you mean?
They're clearly trying to be quiet. They do have other people staying at the inn, just upstairs.
I don't know. And then they just left. I don't know. I don't remember much. Well, I'm sorry. What were we talking about? What do you mean? We're talking about our son. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, he did something bad, right? Yes. What do you mean?
And then you kind of shift your weight just a little bit. And as you do that, the wood underneath your foot kind of creaks. And the woman stops, kind of turns toward the window. Let's go in back.
Tate's going to make his way back towards Peggy and Cameron. Peggy? Cameron?
Yeah, what?
Here's where you guys come in. I need you to go up in the inn and ask Miss Wilscott where Andrew went, or if she knows where he is, or was going.
And the two kind of look at each other. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Right now? And Cameron's kind of waiting to hear what she says.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Cameron, you go in. Peggy, you hang with me.
Oh, me go in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They know you as friends.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Okay. He goes to open the door, goes inside. He starts walking toward the bar when the woman comes out.
Hey, Mrs. Wilscott? Oh, hey, Cameron. What are you doing here? Well, do you know where, Andrew, went? Is? You know, Cameron, I was going to ask you the same thing. He just came home a little bit ago and, well, you know, Cameron, can you sit down for a second?
And he does. And she comes around the side of the bar, sits in the stool next to him, and kind of grabs one of his hands.
Do you know where he is? Do you know where he is? No. That's what I was asking you. Well, I don't know. You're the one who would know best. We need to find him. I don't know. There's people after him right now, and he did something really stupid, and I'm worried about him right now.
And she reaches her other hand up toward the back of her head and kind of winces a little bit in pain.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. Well, if you see him, just tell him to come here, okay? Dennis and I will be here all night. Okay, Mrs. Wilscott.
Are you going to peek through the glass or anything, or lean over at all?
He would be trying to look through the glass.
Roll a spot hidden.
That is a 1 under 64.
You noticed her reach up to kind of like feel the back of her head when she pats Cameron's hand and gets up to go back around the bar. You notice that the back of her head looks kind of rough. Like maybe she got hit in the back of the head. With a natural 1, I'll give you that. Looks like she got hit in the back of the head pretty hard. There's a little bit of like dried blood too.
Okay. Dried?
Yeah. Cameron comes back out. She didn't know. Seems like, well, I don't know. Something happened.
Okay. I appreciate you going in there though.
Yeah.
Let's continue our way.
Okay. You make it to the Wilscott's house. And, well, on the way there, Peggy and Cameron kind of chit-chat. Roll an intuition check.
16 under 85.
They both mention, man, Mrs. Wilscott looked kind of rough. Yeah, well, she did. I don't know. Did you see? Blah, blah, blah. Poor thing, Cameron and Andrew. I don't know. You notice the way that they're saying Mrs. Wilscott? Sounds like they're talking about a teacher. You get to the residential section after another 15 minutes or so. That little interaction at the inn probably took about another 15. So 30 minutes. So it's been about an hour and a half since you saw your partner last. Once you get to, do you know, did they describe what the Wilscott's house looks like? Have you seen it yet?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know exactly which one it is. All of the lights are off. And you get up to the house.
Tate's going to try the door handle.
It is unlocked.
Tate's going to open the door. He's going to go, as he's opening it, anyone in here?
You open the door. And right away you smell burnt bread. Real burnt. Kind of the type that like stings your eyes a little bit. But it's faded. It's not that bad. You notice a few windows are open. You get no response. You look down and you do see a good amount of boot marks. More than one.
Do they look familiar at all? Be willing to roll like a hard spot hidden or something?
I feel like there's probably a better role for that than just spot hidden, because you can see the boot tracks. You're not trying to see the boot. You already see them.
I mean, it could be.
Track, I think, would fit very well.
Okay. 29 under 50. Track.
Okay. You do recognize he's pretty adept at picking up on tracks and trails and following and recognizing specific patterns and whatnot. You do recognize Birdie's boots.
Okay.
As well as another set. 3 boots in total. 2 of them look fresher than the other.
Okay. Do I get a sense of where the not fresh tracks go?
It seems like the 2 follow the older one.
Yep. So Tate's train of thought with seeing that would be, Birdie's been here. He's checked it out. We're moving on.
Okay.
So he's going to try to discern the direction where the tracks go.
It looks like they go up the stairs, back down the stairs, around the corner, out the back door.
Okay, Tate will go out the back door.
You see...
Waving the kids along with them, of course.
They come with you. You walk out the back door and you see... I'm going to carry over your track, because it's a pretty decent roll. You see those 2 boot prints walk over to right below a open window. And the window on your right, look down, see these 2 tracks, and then you pick up on a third one. It starts right below that window. The 2 tracks follow the first one up to a point. It seems like they stopped for a moment. You notice the first track looks to have stopped cold. It's kind of dark now. The moon is kind of a sliver in the sky. But that third track stops. Do you bend down to look at it?
He would.
The other 2 keep going.
He would, because he is tracking.
He bends down to look at it. You see 2 prints. The grass in this part, you're now maybe, 30 yards away from the house, and the grass is a little bit thicker here, a lot more distinct. You bend down and look, and there are 2 imprints where somebody was standing. Clearly, some kind of footwear. And they just stop. Looks like somebody just was walking, stood, and then didn't go anywhere else.
Okay.
But you also notice within the boot prints is dead grass. Dead grass in the shape of 2 footprints. The other 2 tracks seem like they kind of stood there for a little bit, looked around, and then kept moving the same direction that first trail was going.
And how are we for building overhangs or tree overhanging over us or anything like that surrounding us?
Right now, it's still just grass. You're not.
But like how far from the nearest
Oh, how far?
house?
So from that back door is about 60 yards or so of grass.
Okay, so we're kind of in the middle of a clearing.
Yes, you're in the middle of a clearing. There's a certain distinct point where the yard stops, where it's not as taken care of, and then gradually it gets less and less cared for.
Okay.
Up to some trees.
Okay.
Though those trees, just like all the other, foresty, woody areas, is pretty thin.
Peggy, Cameron,
Yeah.
do you guys have any clue where Andrew could have went from here? And Tate's going to use the directions that the toes of the boot would have been facing. And he's going to kind of point towards where those would be facing. Do you know of anything that direction where maybe he could have ran off to or stashed something?
They kind of look at each other. Well, the bridge is that way. Yeah, the bridge is that way. It's not the bridge. And then he kind of that's what I just said. And she's like, well, there's the, I don't know, the mill? Yeah, I guess the sure. Yeah, I don't know. The mill is the only other thing. I mean, there's a couple little.
Do you know of anything that might have happened at the mill?
I don't know. It's a little out of the way. We don't go there that often.
How far from here?
couple hours.
And that's in this direction.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the river.
Let's head this way a little bit and just see if anything picks up. And Tate wants to go the direction that somebody would walk if they were standing in those burnt boot prints.
Sure.
So he will like go and stand in the burnt spot himself and start walking straight that way.
For how long?
You said there's a tree line up there, right?
Yep.
Once he gets to the tree line, he's going to try to investigate a little deeper visually and looking for any other burnt marks, tracks. Really what he wants to do when he goes that direction, and he'll probably walk a total of like 10 minutes that way, is looking for any other spots like that.
You notice that the two tracks deviate from the like straight line that you're going. They go kind of slightly to the right. Then you get up to the tree line. It's dark. And what are you looking for? More of these like burn marks? Roll a spot hidden. It's pretty dark, so I'm going to make you roll it a little hard.
29 under 64 beats a hard check.
He doesn't find anything. Anything like that, at least. He finds some cigarette butts, some broken glass.
That's it?
Yep.
He'll keep going a little further.
Once he gets into the foliage, it's already pretty dark out. There's even less moonlight coming in.
Peggy, you got that lighter?
Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. She reaches into her bag, pulls it out. She lights it.
Tate will take it and use it to light his surroundings on all the sides and specifically on the ground.
It's a eerily quiet night. The occasional flutter of something, bat flying or some kind of an insect, but he doesn't find anything. Just twigs and rusty pieces of metal forgotten.
You guys know where they might have went when they went off to the right?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Suppose we start heading that way.
I mean, I guess, well, there's a couple spots. I mean, so the mill is a few hours away, but then there's also different people call it different things, but the pit? Yes, the pit. There's this one kind of like little teepee thing too some people hang out at. There's a tarp over it for like when it rains, kind of a fun little private spot.
What's first, the pit or your private spot?
Well, one's that way and one's a little bit more that way.
What one's further?
The pit.
And would that be kind of in the direction that I saw them going?
Approximately. It's hard to tell. Now that you're in the woods,
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to follow those tracks.
Why don't we go check out the teepee quick?
Well, I mean, Cameron smacks a mosquito on his neck. I mean, couldn't we just wait it out? Like, back at the church or something? I mean,
Here's the thing, Cameron. If you think you might be next, how much time does that give us?
well, I don't know. I mean, like, there's the couple days, right?
And
I mean, the last one was a few days ago, right?
And why do you want to go to the church so bad?
Well,
I want to roll psychology on that, whatever his answer is. Psychology.
that was such an authoritative Throws down pen, reaches for fucking tablet.
That's an 86 over 30, so I don't get shit.
Well, okay. I don't know. I feel safer there. It's a house of God, you know? If this is what I think it is, wouldn't that be the best place to be?
You think God's gonna protect you
Of course.
from whatever mystical shit your friend's been doing?
Well, yeah. That's kind of his thing, right?
Weren't the other ones faithful?
Well, I don't know.
I know that drifter working for the Wilscots was a believer.
Oh,
Cross, Bible, and all.
Townsend?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Something my dad's talked about. Some people put on a show. I don't know. What good is walking around in the middle of the night gonna be? I will add, Mr. Clay, we don't know where they went. We could wander these woods, or there's a lot of wandering we might end up doing. And who's to say we don't? If we just wait back in town, they're bound to return, right?
Well, you might not be wrong. How far ahead of us do you want Andrew to get?
Well, and they both kind of look at each other.
See, my worry is that he gets away from here and away from us. He continues whatever he's doing. But whatever he's doing doesn't have a limit on distance.
Well, but that kind of gets to our point, right? He could be anywhere. And if, we end up wandering the woods, yeah. And he kind of swats a bug away from his face a little bit and kind of flinches a little bit. Ah! Yeah, I think we just go, right?
How about you take me to the tent? And then we can go back.
Yeah, okay. It's third, where are we right now?
Tate wants to look up at the top of the trees. Do you see any crows?
No. He doesn't.
All right, I'm following you.
Cameron picks up the pace. You guys walk for about 5-6 minutes. Peggy and Cameron stop for a second. Hey, can I have my lighter back real quick?
Sure.
Did you still have it lit?
Yeah.
Okay. Probably starting to get a little hot in your hands. She goes to grab it and kind of pulls her sleeve up a little bit to hold it with the end of her sleeve.
Tate will use it to light a smoke first.
So he pulls out a Lucky Strike, lights it, hands it back to her. After another 15 minutes or so, you get to... It's this area where a circle, kind of, rough, round area where there's a lack of trees. It's kind of like dirt, well tread. But then in the middle are a couple trees. There's a good amount of timber, dead trees, dead branches that are pitched up kind of into this center couple of trees. There's a patchwork of blankets and tarps that are clipped or nailed onto it. You see a number of bottles, an area here or there where it looks like a little fire was started, some cans.
So this is where the preacher's kid hangs out, huh?
Well, I've been here before. We've been here before. It's a little spot.
Well, I appreciate the honesty.
She kind of, when he says we've been here before, she kind of subtly gives him a little like watch it, type of thing. Don't say that type of clue, type of hint.
Why are you so jumpy over there, Peggy?
I'm not jumpy. I just like to keep things private. That's all.
I think we're in a situation where we can't have things private. I'm not talking about your love life. That you can keep to yourself, but any other information I kind of need to know.
Cameron looks over at her and shrugs his shoulders and puts his hands out, like palms up, like, well. And she kind of rolls her eyes and lets out a, well, Cameron and I have kind of had a thing going on. Andrew didn't know about it, and, well, neither does his dad, neither does my family. We just don't need people knowing about it is all.
Did Andrew have his eyesight on you?
He had his eyesight on everybody.
Romantically?
Cameron gives one of those things where he, tilts his head to the side with his eyes up and nods, yeah.
Romantically, or?
I don't know, romantically.
Just looking for a lady of the night.
How about just a lady?
Tate will kind of nod his head.
And Cameron again does the same thing, kind of nods his head with his, to the side a little bit, yeah. Anyway, that's the whole reason we're here, and it looks dark.
Tate will walk around and investigate the area, looking for burn marks with boots around them or similar boot prints to what he followed out of the house of.
Roll another track.
16 under 50.
Clay picks around, looks around. Does he get the lighter back from Peggy?
Oh, yeah.
She put it out.
Light.
She put it out a little while ago just because it was been burning for a while. They're not meant to sit on.
Yeah. He will be.
I imagine he has matches, right?
True, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a fire pit here.
There's a couple little dugouts where a little fire, probably little furniture fire type of thing.
How about you guys go and get one lit really quick? Something small.
Peggy looks over to Cameron and he dips over into the bush, the brush, grabs some twigs, grabs some dead logs, sets them up, takes the lighter from her. Gets just a little thing going. It illuminates the trees and the orange light kind of dances along all the pillars of wood and leaves.
Tate will use his knife and cut a little bit of fabric off one of the tarps.
It's kind of old, a little bit musty.
It's fine. Wrap it around the end of a stick, and then he's going to use his flask that he keeps in his boot to wet it a bit.
Puts a little Everclear on that thing.
And then he's going to light up, make a little improvised torch.
I like it. And you said
use that to check the area.
He rolled a 16.
Yes. Under 50.
He looks around and he finds a number of tracks, trails.
As expected.
But none of them are recent. The most recent one looks to be at least a day or 3.
Pretty blown over, washed out.
Yeah. It's not new. It's not recent. Certainly wasn't tonight. Peggy and Andrew are kind of talking, and she's holding one of his hands. Looks like she's kind of encouraging him a little bit. He's nodding and listening. And he puts a hand up on her shoulder.
I suppose we head back.
Yeah, let's...
We're going to try to find my partner quick, though.
What's the plan? You're about 25 minutes outside of like the town center area.
We're going to head back towards the church.
Okay. It's about 40 minutes.
And, no, we'll head back just the closest part of town.
That's like the very edge, the very top edge of that like residential.
That's fine. I mean, we're going to try to go back kind of the way we came.
Yeah.
What are your two's plans? After everything here boils over and, quite frankly, this town goes away.
Well, I plan on being a veterinarian. My mom is, and I like working with animals. So that's my plan. And it's a decent living, you know? And, well, I guess I haven't quite made up my mind yet.
What do you think of coming to the big city? Going to Harrisburg.
He looks over to Peggy.
Getting away from all this.
What do you... That's, Connecticut? And
Pennsylvania.
she like lightly kind of smacks him in the shoulder. No, it's not Connecticut.
Pennsylvania.
And she like, the hand she like smacks his shoulder with, she like points toward you with. Right. Yeah, I knew that. Well, doing what?
We could find something for you.
Well, I'll think about it.
Plenty of animals.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of animals.
Good schools.
When you say good schools, there's a little look in her face like, yeah, Cameron, you know, you probably could use a good school. Well, Miss Wilscott did a pretty good job. Not with you.
And most importantly, a lot better future than you could ask for out in the boonies like this.
I just worry about my dad. And you guys are still like walking while this conversation's happening.
Yeah.
I just worry about my dad is all. Like,
Cameron's saying that?
Yeah. He, you know, I don't know if he'd want to leave. Regardless. You know? I guess.
Once you're there, you can make enough money to send him a train ticket if he ever wants to.
Well, you know, he really is passionate about what he believes. So, I mean, maybe, you know...
You know, they got churches out there, right?
Well, that's what I was thinking, yeah. You know, he could find a new flock, a new congregation.
And preach to more than the same 4 people every day?
Well, Peggy, like, chuckles, kind of tries to hide it a little bit, puts her hand up to her face.
Tate kind of gives him a playful little slap on the chest.
You guys get back into the residential area, not terribly far away from the like downtown-ish. Most of the town is like asleep now. You do notice like a couple candles in the Wilscott's Inn are lit. And you see Dennis and his wife, Mrs. Wilscott, are sitting there at the counter. They're not talking. They're just kind of waiting. And then you're going to the church.
Yeah.
The church is dark this time of night. You could guess it's at least 9:30 to 10:30. You get to the front of the church. It's a nice-ish church. Looks like it could use a new paint job, but it's clean. Cameron reaches into his pocket, pulls out a key ring, walks around the side of the church, and like a standard door that kind of pops out a little bit from the wall. He, fiddles a little bit, finds the right key, unlocks it, opens it. Okay, so, if my dad's home, before we go in, if my dad's home, just, Peggy and I are friends. None of this happened, okay? We're just like...
So you want me to tell him everything, right?
No, not... And Peggy again kind of like pats him in the back, a little aggro. Like, he's not being serious.
Listen, I'm a federal investigator.
Right.
I'm not here to spread drama.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not the tabloids.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you two do, I do not care.
Okay.
As long as it's non-related to what we got going on. But I do still need your help, so...
And Peggy kind of... Yeah, well, let's, And then you hear... Hello? Who's there? Dad, it's me. Oh. Okay, what are you doing here so late? And you see a door open and just a little bit of candlelight come through. Oh, I just was I was just showing my friends here the church. You know, he was thinking about like being converting, and so
It's a good evening, sir. The name's Tate Clay.
oh yes, Algernon Taylor. I'm the priest here.
So I've heard.
Yes, I was
Darn good one, I've been told.
well. Thank you. I was just finishing up some stuff. I was just finishing up some clerical things. What can I show you?
Well, mind giving me a tour and then sitting down and chat a few minutes?
Oh,
I've heard these houses of God can offer somewhere for a man to sleep.
oh yes. Well, there's been issues with. Is there anything wrong with the Will Scotts, or? Not that I don't mind. Dad, he's.
I would just feel good being a little closer to God tonight.
Oh yes, sure.
Why don't you just walk me around, give me the rundown?
Well, here's the thing. How about this? And you look at him. It's kind of dark, but you can tell he's tired. Well, let me just finish up some things, and I'll show you where you can sleep. He runs back into his office. You hear paperwork shuffling and a pen. And then you hear He blows out some candles and comes out with one. And he's like, just this way. You walk across the church, right? In front of the pews and the big stage with the podium. There's a little bit of stained glass, but it's nothing like super fancy. Just some nice colors and a big cross. You walk to the other side, and like when you're in the middle of the church, you can see that there's like some offices, some little workspaces on the side you're coming from. And then the other side, Algernon opens a door, and there's a little hallway. And on the other side is an accordion door that he grabs and opens, and inside is a kind of looks like a living room type of thing, where there's some chairs, couches, that type of thing, a couple bookshelves, notebooks, pencils. Looks like some kids have hung out in here, right? Like little kids, like there's crayon or not crayon, there's, drawings and scratches here and there that you recognize as like kids. Kids hang out in here sometimes. Well, there's some blankets right over there in that bin. Right next to one of the couches is this like wicker basket that's full of blankets and pillows. Kind of bigger wicker basket. And, Peggy, I didn't notice you. What are you doing here? Huh? Oh, I'm just along for the ride. Just hanging out is all. Yeah, that's all. Oh, I'm just along for the ride. Oh, okay. Well, and you said your name was?
Tate Clay.
Tate Clay. Oh, okay, yes. And how did you meet, my son?
I'm just in town doing some work and R&R and, and he offered to help and show me around. It's a good boy you got there. I think you're doing something right with him.
Cameron's a little bit taller than his dad, and his dad reaches up a hand and kind of roughs up his hair. Well, yes. Do you need anything else before we go?
No, I think I'll be good.
If you don't mind, I just was going to chat with him a little bit before I go to bed. Oh, sure. Peggy, let's go then. Oh, do I need to? I mean, I was... And he kind of sharply, yes, I would prefer that you did. Let's go. I can take you home. Well, I don't need to go home. I mean, I don't need to sleep here. That's fine. Yes, you don't, and you won't. So, come on, let's go. And he kind of ushers her, out, and she's still kind of trying to, oh, well, I can stay, and I don't need to go. And Cameron sits down on one of the couches, a different one than you're sitting on. You don't mind if I sleep here, do you?
It's as much your house as it is mine. Get it? Because it's the Lord's house.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Cameron, you know why I'm here, right?
He gets kind of nervous at that question. I think so.
Tell me what you think.
Well, he kind of looks up a little bit, up to the right, and then back down and toward you. Well, there's been deaths. People have been found, dead, and rather unusual cases. And the sheriff didn't know how to handle it, so he called in help.
And what kind of help do you call in situations like this?
I guess I don't know. Well, you're kind, right?
I suppose you're right. You seem to know a fair bit about what's going on with Andrew and all.
I mean, only a little bit, as much as he ever told me.
How would you feel making sure stuff like this doesn't really happen again?
What do you mean?
Becoming an investigator.
Oh,
I have a pretty wide variety of skills I would like to pass down to someone that's not my own kin.
Yeah, well, and he kind of, he's thinking, he's processing what you're saying. And he kind of looks around a little bit. What do I need to do?
Well, it starts
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm interested. I am.
You would have to come to Pennsylvania. And then I could kind of do what I can do to get you started.
Well, what would I do?
Well, for now, just learn. Learn how to handle this, and he'll kind of show his revolver a little bit. Maybe get you into getting a badge.
Oh, well, I had thought about being a park ranger or, a sheriff.
It's good pay, and you get to see the world. You know them new Model Ts?
Oh, the automobiles.
I have me one.
Really? Oh, wow.
And it's pretty damn cool if you ask me.
You guys chat for, a little while longer. The both of you start to, clearly he's tired. Clay is very
Exhausted.
tired.
Tate's trying to pseudo recruit him at the same time too,
Yeah.
being somebody that's already been sort of involved in the type of scenario.
Yeah, I like it.
He's also kind of doing it to make sure he's on his side. Right?
It's such a Clay thing to do.
So can I roll a psychology to kind of check the vibe he gives off on it?
Hold on, let me see. There's psychology and then there's psychoanalyze. Do you have anything in psychoanalyze? Psychoanalysis.
1. Which I already rolled once today. It ain't happening again. I'll do a psychoanalysis just to fail it and level it up.
I think that makes more sense.
That's a 1. Just kidding. It's an 18 over 1.
Well, I feel like for that, you're talking to a young man about, who's clearly a little bit down on his luck, a little bit hard on himself, who's had some recent traumatic events, and you're giving him an offer to something really cool and interesting. He's clearly interested. Clearly. I mean, that's obvious, but that's as much as you can get from it. You guys blow out the couple of candles in the room.
We leave 1.
Just one? Right? In the middle on a coffee table?
Yeah, pretty much. Just to shed a dim light on the surroundings.
Okay. It does have a timer type of thing. Stick
Those
candles.
drop down ones.
Yep. Stick candles for the listening audience. They used to have these things you could put on them that you could put them anywhere on a stick candle. And it had a little spring with a little spoon. And when the candle got low enough, the spring spoon would smack over the flame and put it out. So people would put those on when they're going to bed type of thing.
And Tate will put that all the way at the bottom or just remove it.
You can just remove it.
He'll take it off.
Yeah. It's one of those accessories that you find around once. It's like a phone charger. You know what I mean? You just find them sometimes. You light the candle, put it on that center coffee table, start going to bed. Cameron seems to drift off pretty quick. He grabs one of the blankets and a pillow out of the basket, lays down, doesn't offer you one. You go and grab your own. There's a couple different pillows. You find the one that you feel is just the right softness or firmness. Lay down. The candlelight flickers around the room. It's still dim, still dark. It's not a big room. It's not small. There's a little bit of space all around you that's still dark, shadowed. Cameron starts to make the telltale sounds of somebody sleeping that makes a little too much noise when he's sleeping.
Me.
More like a... How does Clay sleep? Is he a stomach sleeper, side sleeper, back?
In this instance, he would be on his back, but in one of the lazy boy-esque chairs. So he's got his feet up on something, blanket over him, and he's leaning way back in a chair. He instinctively keeps a hand and arm over his weapons. His head would be drooped forward once he falls asleep.
The candle continues to burn, continues to flicker, sway around. Shadows move along the walls. The wax drips down, piles up at the bottom of the candle holder. Roll a willpower check.
87 over 75.
The night continues, and it goes on. Clay drifts to sleep along with Cameron. After some time, though, his eyes kind of open a little bit. You notice it's dark in the room. There's a slight ember coming from the candle that was lit. Judging by how low it is, it looks like it's been a couple hours since he last looked at it. He hears something. He tries to move, and he can't. His body doesn't react in any way. His eyes move around the room, but his arms don't.
Do I still see Cameron laying there?
Cameron is.
Tate will attempt to talk.
When he tries to, all that comes out is a breath. He tries to speak, tries to talk, maybe even tries to shout, and all that comes out is a He's frozen. The sound that he hears is like speaking, like a voice. It's repetitive, saying the same thing over and over again, but you can't understand it. Something about it sounds familiar, but sounds wrong all at the same time. It sounds distressed. Sounds like it's coming from somewhere else, but it also sounds like it's all around you. You, in the darkness, notice two silver spheres surrounded by a dark gray silhouette. It sways, it moves. It doesn't have a shape, but it does. The two silver spheres, you notice, are in a position that looks like eyes, but they're piercing. They're not looking at you. They're looking at Cameron. There's a dim glow to them. Perfect round rings with a black center to them, darker than the rest of the shadow. Cameron gets up, but you can see in his eyes that something's wrong, off, not quite present. He reaches into one of the drawers of the coffee table, and he pulls out a pencil, papers. He starts frantically writing. This whole time, Clay is watching. He tries to move, tries to speak, tries to yell. He can't. Every scream comes out as a small exhale.
Does he notice Cameron writing with his left hand?
Yes. When Cameron gets to the last piece of paper, he looks up at you. And a moment of clarity comes over his eyes.
Once he looks and make eye contact, Tate's gonna fight as hard as he can. Try to pull against the frozenness.
Roll a hard willpower.
9. Under 42 and a half.
Round up.
43.
Clay realizes what's going on, as Cameron flips from page to page, writing with this pencil. The pencil breaks, he reaches in, grabs another one, keeps writing. Clay fights with every fiber of his being to move, just to move. Cameron flips a page and another. Clay continues, trying everything he can to force some movement, some splinter of bodily activity. Eventually he gets a toe, just a toe to move. And then another, and then both feet, and then suddenly the rest of his body. Just as Cameron flips to the very last page and begins to write the word thus, with, what does Clay do?
He jumps at him and grabs him and like bear hug and rips him away from the book.
You hear a sound like horn, like snipping, like the cutting of cables. You leap at Cameron and grab him. Put both arms around his such that he can't do what you know he was about to. You both fall to the ground. He hits his head. You roll just enough to look up and see this figure, this shadow, in the vague shape of a person, what used to be a person. These two silver discs looking at you. They see you like nothing has ever seen you before, or like only one other thing has seen you before.
The fucking wisps from the last investigation.
Yes. Something about it reminds you of that. And then you notice these tethers, these strings, these veins connected to the shape. They pulse.
Tate's gonna pull the utensil out of Cameron's hand.
He grabs the pencil out of Cameron's hand, and he sees several of these veins that pulse sporadically, randomly. Several of them snap. A tearing sound can be heard, and the figure, the shadow, wisps out.
Because he was going to try to wave his arm or body through more of the veins.
The two discs, the glow of these two eyes lingers for just a moment after the figure is gone.
Hello, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. Am I? No, I'm not. Listen, everybody. It's another beautiful Tuesday morning. For you, at least. For me right now, it's raining. And you might hear that in the background. So I'm sorry if you hate the sound of rain and potentially thunder. I just saw a flash outside. I don't know if you'll hear the thunder or not, but wow, that was really bright. Anyway, it's raining outside, and I want to take a few minutes and do what I always do, because it's what you guys deserve. It's what I want to do, and I want to say thank you to all of you amazing, wonderful, beautiful people that listen to the show. And I want to talk some updates here on a couple little things. The bloopers reel and the old Parasol offline show are coming in very soon, very, very soon. The goal is to get them out the 1st of August coming up, and I'm working on that. I'm doing my best. Work has been kicking my ass, which I'm sure most of you guys can relate to. And hopefully, the goal, one of the goals of the show, right, is to give people something to listen to when they're at work, when you're going for that drive, when you're doing that labor, mowing the lawn, whatever you're doing, and hopefully provide a little escape. You're with Birdie, you're with Clay, you're in this world where we're learning what's going on, right? And there's all this weird stuff. So it's an escape. It's an escape from the shit, the shitty jobs, whatever they may be. So, but anyway, bloopers reel coming up. The old Parasol offline coming up. And also, I don't know if it'll be ready next month, but we are putting out a Dungeons and Dragons show called Universal Origins. It is written entirely by Sadesky from scratch. It's my understanding. I don't know anything about it, so I can't really sell it here because Sadesky's writing it, and he'll have to be the one to tell you guys about it. But what I can say is we played maybe 6 months ago. We played like a practice game. Might have even been longer than 6 months ago. We played a practice game, right? It was Dubois and I playing with a friend who did a phenomenal job, and he'll be coming back for when we're seriously recording the show. A point is, we're going to be putting out that practice game on the Patreon. It was like an 8-hour marathon game. Like, honestly, we showed up, we had fucking breakfast, we played forever, and then we had lunch, and then we kept playing, and then we ordered pizza or something for dinner. And the whole time, beers are cracking, whiskey's pouring, people are doing goofy fucking accents. One of the guys, I'm not going to say who, you'll have to find out, was very physical with his character's culture. I think that's how I'll phrase it. Like getting up out of his chair, moving around, and it was awesome. Okay. But yeah, so that will be putting out maybe like an episode here and there. Just, a little teaser for you guys. In the meantime, while we work on the true D&D show, Universal Origins. And then at some point, I know I'd mentioned the cylinder cycle idea of kind of like an anthology where we're playing one-shots in Mothership or Aliens or Blade Runner, whatever it may be, Never Going Home, Morkborg. That we're putting a pin in that one for now. Just I wanted Sadesky to have an opportunity to have his show, and the anthology thing that can wait. We can pause on that for a little bit. Hopefully we get to it soon. I simply can't put a date on that one. But at some point we'll get to it. I really want to be able to run Mothership at some point, but also, oh my God, I'm so excited to be a player again. I think the last time I played was the 6 or 7 months ago that we did the D&D thing. I legitimately think it has been forever. I like to run games. I write Suffer Not. I write this show, and I have a blast doing it. And I have a blast sitting down with Sadesky and Dubois. Even if we're like, we just hang out and crack beers. You know what I'm saying? All the time. So, it's all a joy. It's a treat. Let's see what else. Oh yes. And then we'll be doing the once a month, events. I'll put together like a small list, and then we can do polls, depending on how many people are in there to start with. And we'll figure it out. We'll have fun, movies, like I said, Videodrome. I've been waiting. I haven't put that in yet. I just watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and I really liked it. And sorry, I'm not doing a film thing right now. Okay. I got to get this out. So, anyway, also merch, shirts, hats, coffee mugs, stickers, galore. It's all good stuff that I wear on a regular basis at coffee shops. Yes, even coffee shops where people get naked in front of people. I forget that people listen to the things I say on here sometimes. And like, there's some folks, some we'll say work colleagues that listen to the show. And I forget sometimes that, they do. And I've had people come up to me and be like, "Oh, so somebody got naked for you at a coffee shop?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, forgot I told that story on here." Keeps you on your toes, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so but yes, merch. Okay, I'm just saying, it's good stuff. It's good stuff at a reasonable price. Good stuff, reasonable price. Okay, what did Dale Cooper say? Right? Good room, reasonably priced, or something like that. So check it out. Check out the merch. Link should be down below. If it's not working, hop in the Discord and let me know. Mr. Steak in the Discord made a tremendously hilarious fucking meme that led to me getting embarrassed because I checked my phone when I was on the toilet at work, okay, and then when I opened the Discord and saw Steak's meme, I burst out laughing, and then people could hear me laughing in the bathroom, and that's a bad look. So thank you for that, Mr. Steak Man. But if any of you are listening to this, hop in the Discord just to see what's going on. Say hi, spark a conversation, ask questions. Hey, what do we think this is? What do we think's going on? Or just talk about your favorite video games or movies or tabletop RPGs, or why you think Warhammer 10th edition is dog shit. Because Warhammer 10th edition has been kind of ass, in my opinion. But shoot, I'm doing it again. That's not what I'm here for. So anyway, lots of cool stuff coming. Patreon stuff coming August 1st, and more stuff coming after that as we have time to work on it and everything. Merch, check out the merch, please, and thank you. It's very good stuff. If I ever am walking around town and I see somebody wearing a old Parasol shirt or a Suffer Not shirt, whatever, I think I would cry a little bit and then give that person a hug and take a photo with them and then kiss them on the forehead. No, I wouldn't do all that, but I would do some of that. Consensually. Important note there. Anyway, I hope all of you have a fabulous, wonderful, fantastic week. I hope every little struggle, every little battle that you're fighting, you come out victorious in whatever capacity you're able to. It's sometimes perfection is something we should shoot for, but we should never expect. And I hope that all of you get as close to it as you can. And with that, I'll let you go. We'll talk next week. Bye.